Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. Let's take a moment here to sort of reassess our position, make sure we're headed in the right direction. I like to do this often on a Monday after I haven't played in a couple of days. So we're headed toward this tourism victory, right? This culture victory is all about getting tourism to convert other people's domestic tourists into our visiting tourists. Tourism mostly is going to come from Wonders and Great Works. We currently have 3 tourism incoming from this Wonder, 4 tourism incoming from Great Works. Next turn we're going to complete an amphitheater, and then once we've done that, we're going to... Here, let's have him wake up, just that he'll ask for orders next turn, so I don't forget. We're going to dump 2 more Great Works of Writing in. That's going to more than double our tourism output. Increasing our tourism output is going to be mostly the process of getting great writers, great artists, and great musicians, getting the buildings for the slots for the great works that they produce, and also getting relevant wonders. As you can see, though, a wonder takes a lot of time to build, and it doesn't provide nearly as much tourism as great works do, so great works are really, really like the main thing we're doing here. How are we doing on these great people? We have 8 great writer points per turn, and that's going to go up against 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 2, and 0. Okay, good start. Next turn, when we get the amphitheater produces a great writer point, and it's going to be doubled by Pingala's ability, so we're going to be at 10. We are going to get another amphitheater in 8 turns. We're going to have a second great writer, or another great writer, not very long after that. So we're doing pretty well on that front. We have all this money coming in, which is going to allow us to purchase a market as soon as the commercial hub's done. And actually, I think we're going to have enough money to immediately purchase a trader as well. So we're going to get the trade route running out of our new city to the capital immediately, which is awesome for the growth of that city. What else is going on here? We gotta found a new city. This is the tile I was thinking about before, right? Do I still think this is the right tile? Well, if we build the city here, this is a Plains Hill tile. If we build the city here, the city tile itself will be 2 food, 2 production. You can see, for example, Stockholm is a 2 food, 2 production city because it is a Plains Hill. If we were to build the city elsewhere, it would probably only be 2 food, 1 production. I believe the way this works is that when you put down a city, if the tile you built it on produces less than 2 food, it is upgraded to 2 food, and if it produces less than 1 production, it is upgraded to 1 production. It will not downgrade your tile, though, so if your city is already producing 2 production, you just have 2 production in your city. Now, you gotta be careful, because, like, a city tile that is, like, grassland hills, that is getting its second point of production from woods, you have to remember, when you build the city, it removes the woods, and so makes it a 1 production tile again. But Plains Hills actually naturally have 2 production. So if we were to move the city elsewhere, we'd have worse yield from the city tile itself. However, I'm looking at these bananas, and I'm thinking, if we found right here, and end up at 2 food, 1 production, plus the 3, 2 here, we're at 5 food, 2 production immediately from that first citizen, right? If we build right here, we're going to work this tile, or one of these tiles, and we end up at 1 fewer point of total resources. Plus, if we build up here, this is in our second rank, this is in our second rank. The campus site that we want to take is still in our second rank, our second group of tiles, right? Our second row of tiles out. And this harbor is better than the harbor we build here. Because the harbor gets a +2 gold adjacency bonus from being adjacent to the city center, plus a 1 gold adjacency bonus for adjacent bonus resources, sea resources. Sorry, they don't have to be bonus resources, but like anything out in the sea. So actually, I'm thinking I like this tile better. It's a little bit less defensible, both because it has more open tiles. Well, I guess if we found here, these are open tiles. But also, cities on hills, I believe, get a combat strength bonus. I think it might be the case that the base combat strength of a city is 8, and you get +2 for being on hills. So it's a little bit less defensible, but I think the benefits outweigh the losses there. And for some reason, that tile does not have a loyalty penalty, despite the tiles to the north and south of it having penalties. I'm not sure why. Because I thought that this Yeah, where is this coming from? Obviously, there's some loyalty pressure coming from the north. But I'm not sure why it's not affecting this tile. I thought this was part of the pressure from Grenada, but it can't be. Because if it was, there would be a loyalty penalty on this tile as well. Huh. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Well, whatever. We're gonna found over here, I think. Our religion's still kind of all over the place. We don't care about that, really. We're about to have a session of the World Congress, and we have 222 favor because of our Swedish plus 50 favor every time you get a great person, and that's just going to keep happening. We're probably going to get to run the World Congress however we want it run for quite a while. What else? Diplomacy, other players. The other thing we got to talk about is other players. So we could get declared on by anybody, right? We got denounced a couple of times in the early game. Those denouncements expired without anybody declaring war on us, which is honestly fairly lucky and has allowed us to spend a lot of effort developing in a non-military fashion. But we can't necessarily rely on it to hold. So, hold on. First thing I want to do is see if Jadwiga, who is feeling friendly, will take a declaration. We should send her a delegation first, just in case. Because that's going to give us a little bit of a positive modifier. 3, we sent them a delegation. Okay, cool. And now that we're actually friends, that delegation is still providing us a benefit of increasing our access level, so we get a little bit more information about what they're doing. So now that she is a declared friend, she cannot declare war on us, and Tamiris cannot declare war on us. That's a good start. We have 2 neighbors who literally can't fight us. Dido likes those who settle inland and dislikes those with mostly coastal cities. We are talking about settling a coastal city here, but we don't know. She's pleased you have few coastal cities. I don't know if us settling one city is going to upset her or not, because it says she dislikes those with mostly coastal cities, and we certainly won't have mostly. She does not like us for a bunch of very valid reasons, and for an unknown reason relating to her agenda that we don't know about yet. So we're not going to be able to make friends. If she declares war on us... is she still at war with Tamiris? She was, right? Yeah, she still is. Okay. If she declares war on us, she's in kind of a bad position, right? Being pressured from both sides. I'd be surprised if she was willing to do that. In 5 turns, we're going to have alliances, and that's going to help us out a lot with the people wanting to declare war on us, because we're going to get some defensive pacts with people, right? But we got to make it there. Alright, what about our other neighbors? Wilhelmina has denounced almost everybody. Nobody's sending her trade routes, right? Yeah. That's a big deal. I don't really want to fix it, though. This is an interesting tension that we've got with her, because we'd be a lot safer if we sent her a trade route. But I really, really don't... I really want to keep my trade routes internal. It's so powerful to have internal trade routes. I don't know. When we get this going, we'll consider it. I definitely don't want to be at war right now. I want to keep focusing on internal stuff and growing our culture and economy. And finally, that leaves us with Philip. So we are mostly his religion right now, but that's going to change and we don't have any control over it. Also, his other agenda is not good for us. He is friends with Poland. So it's possible our mutual friendship will make us a little bit safer. I think I do want to prioritize getting walls up around Stockholm at some point during this episode. Jönköping is probably fine, because I don't think Dido will declare on us. New City might need walls pretty soon as well. We'll see how things work out. But yeah, I'll feel a lot more comfortable once Stockholm has walls. Alright, is there anything else we need to do before ending the turn? I don't think so. Let's see what's up with the World Congress. Venetia is trading with Scythia. Scythia would like my great work. I think it was perfectly reasonable for us to trade off the works of great writing we did trade off, because you always end up with way more writers than you have slots for great works of writing. But we are now at the point where we actually have enough slots, so we definitely don't want to trade off anymore. Okay, border control. New districts built by this player act as culture bombs, or this player's borders will not grow via culture. And earn double great people points toward a particular class of great people, or earn no Great People points toward a class of Great People. Well, so this one doesn't target a player. This is everybody gets double Great People points of a particular type. That's interesting. Okay, border control treaty is pretty straightforward. We know that we would like it if our districts act as culture bombs, and I would really like it if nobody else's did. So culture bomb means that when the district, what this means is when the district goes down, the city that built the district will gain control of all of the tiles surrounding the district. You can steal tiles from other players by doing this. So it would be really annoying for our neighbors to be able to do it. And also it would be kind of fun for us to be able to do it. Let's just go ahead and... How much favor do I have to pour in here to make it? Because look at how bad everybody else's favor is. We can just make it so none of them can cannot vote us here. This cost me 100 favor. Nobody else will be able to put in 5 votes for themselves. I guess we don't know these 2 players yet. Maybe they could. But I feel pretty comfortable spending this much. Yeah, this is going to be good for us. And then patronage. We definitely want A to occur here. My guess is that if B were to occur, it would be people locking us out of getting great writers. But I don't think we actually want to double our great writer points. Right? Because we're producing 8 per turn right now. We're going to get our next amphitheater earlier than we're going to get our next great writer. If we were to take double great writer points, we would have the great writer when the amphitheater finishes. We'd be able to get the great works in immediately. But then we're going to get the next great writer pretty quickly after that, and we're not going to have any place to put their stuff. Like, there is benefit to doubling the great writer points, but it's pretty small. I wonder if we might be able to get better benefit from doubling something else. So we could double the great artist points. That would get us a great artist a lot sooner. We don't have any spots to put great works of art right now. Or rather, we have one spot. The great work slot in the capital can hold any kind of great work. Or in the palace, rather. But we really don't need great artists until we have museums to really host their great works. And the same is true for great musicians. We don't really have a place to put great works of music yet. So these are probably not right. We are the only people producing great general points. And great generals are fine, but only fine. I don't think we want to double our great general points. We're not getting admiral points, we're not getting engineer points, but apprenticeship is close. We want to build an industrial zone quickly, but the capital doesn't have room for it right now. We're building population still, but we wouldn't be able to start it immediately. I'm worried that as much as great engineers are great, and they really are, especially, like, we're going to want to build a bunch of wonders. We're going to get a bunch of great engineers who will help us do that. I'm worried that we won't get much benefit out of it because we won't actually be gaining great engineer points until this thing is almost over. We don't have great engineer points and other players do. So really, it's like it's great writers or it's great scientists, right? We are leading on great scientists. We could get a couple of scientists this way. And I think the benefit of that is considerably greater than having a great work 3 turns earlier, because that's what this is going to end up being, right? So we're going to be on 10 great writer points as of the beginning of this turn. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like great scientists here, actually. Let's get some early great scientists without having put a whole lot of effort into it. That sounds pretty good to me. And I'm just going to put 100 into this, too, because we have it, and we're going to be producing diplomatic favor very quickly. I'm not worried about running out. Alright, submit. Let's see what everybody else put up. My guess is everybody votes for themselves on A, which leads to us winning, because nobody can outvote us by themselves. They all just put a free point in. Nobody spent any favor on A at all. And then here, people went kind of hard. Here we could totally have lost. People could have decided to vote together on something and beaten us. But they didn't. In fact, the thing that got the most votes was Great Scientist, even without ours. Okay, yeah. Cool. I think those are both benefits that are good for us. So let's fill our new amphitheater here. So each amphitheater has 2 slots for great works of writing. I think we identified this as the correct tile. As soon as the city goes down, we'll move Magnus over, and he'll provide the extra loyalty to make sure it stays safe. You're just buffing up our dudes. Honestly, we should probably also upgrade these guys to archers, not wait until combat starts to do so, just so that we have a stronger standing army, because that makes it less likely that people will declare war on you. But we're saving money until after the commercial hub finishes for the moment. So what do we need here? We are suffering reduced growth because we're close to our housing cap, and we're going to get the really big growth penalty in a second here if we don't get some housing. So let's get... Well, hold on. Hold on, is that the right way to get housing? The granary provides 2 housing, which is pretty powerful. Libraries don't give housing. Encampment buildings do, in addition to giving production, which is always valuable. But they only give 1 point of housing, and they take longer to build than the granary does. I think I like a granary better than this. The other option is we could get a builder and have the builder construct tile improvements to increase our housing. But the builder only has 3 charges still, so he would not be able to get 2 points of housing for us anyway. The granary's the right way to go here, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, they have sent us their own trade delegation with gifts of pisanki. They've been blessed and are no longer part of a pagan tradition. Apparently they were able to bless the concept of pisanki. I don't know what this is. I'll tell you what, though. I live in an area of the US with a strong Polish tradition, and I have eaten some Polish food. Polish food is delicious. It's incredibly bad for you. But I'd be eager to try pisanki, assuming that it's food. Yeah, just put down that city. Hooray, we boosted sailing by settling on the coast. Alright, and now that that city's down, let's go look at Dido. Okay, it's possible this just doesn't update immediately. We might have to check. We'll check this next turn and see if we still have the bonus. But it will be good for us to know whether one coastal city makes her hate you or not. Here, we can build... What are we going to build? Well, we're going to buy the market. We know that. And we do have almost exactly enough gold for a trader. Well, let's buy the trader in Vasteras, obviously. Get that city going. So what are we going to build here? We could build a granary. We're going to be close to our housing limit in a moment. We're going to start suffering that limited growth. I really do want to get another theater square up, obviously, and building districts is pretty cool right now. Oh man, if we built the theater square right here, we could steal a good luxury resource tile. I mean, that's just a good tile in general. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's do that thing. But that's a not right now kind of concern, because first of all, we don't own the tile. We can't buy it. Oh, the city's going to acquire it naturally in a couple of turns. Let's make a builder. How about that? We'll start work on a builder. We might pause the builder to build the theater square in 2 turns, and then come back and finish it afterward. We are going to need that additional housing. And here we are also going to need additional housing pretty quickly. So we could build a granary. But you know what? We still need our government plaza. Yeah, actually, maybe we just build the government plaza right now, right? We need this. Building districts gets us extra territory at the moment. And it'll solve the city's loyalty problem permanently so that we can move our governors around a little bit more freely. I actually really like that. So where would we put it? Well, if we put it right here, then it can buff up the campus that we're eventually going to build in that tile. I like that quite a bit. That would be a 5 science campus without any buildings in it. We certainly don't want to remove a resource for it. If I built it here, the culture bomb would grab us the geothermal vents and this very good cocoa tile. We should build it here because this is where we want to build our aqueduct, right? The aqueduct has to be adjacent to the city center and either a freshwater source or a mountain. So this is a really good tile for it. Because I believe you can't remove luxury or... no, I believe you can't remove luxury resources. So I think we won't be able to build an aqueduct over this tile no matter what. So this is actually the only place where we could legally build one, and we certainly want one. Yeah, okay. I like that. We gotta go get the aqueduct technology, though. So we have our amphitheaters. You can see we have more than doubled our starting tourism. Pretty good. And in 2 turns, we're going to try to make alliances with our 2 friends. Yeah, things are unfolding in our favor. Oh, sure, I said they're unhappy with how close I settled to them. Let's go ahead and promise that we won't do that again. I do not intend to settle on this continent again. What I would like to do is go across the water. I suspect that there is another landmass out there somewhere, and we can build cities out there. So we've got our apprenticeship, we've got the industrial zone available. Also, all of our mines are producing extra industry. I think we only have 1 mine right now. That's fixable. We could build some mines. There's some hills around here that could stand to be mined. We definitely just want to run this trade route over to Stockholm. Hold on, do we? Here's part of the problem. Our trade route to Utrecht is terrible. Look at how bad that trade route is. I don't want her to hate us, because I don't want to fight her. But it's so hard to justify that trade route. Her other agenda is also bad for us. And we're taking a penalty for having settled near them, even though we said we wouldn't do it again. I think there's a pretty seriously non-zero chance that we're going to end up at war with Wilhelmina. She really hates us. Him not so much. Him I'm less concerned about. I don't want to send her the trade route. I think we're not going to. The difference in like speed of building this district and stuff, I think it's going to be worthwhile to just keep it internal. We'll try to ward off the war with our alliances. She'll have to, you know what? She's not in a position to be in danger from either of the players we can ally with. Well, too late. I already committed it. We'll just have to get another trade route and send it to her from the send that one to her. So, aqueducts. I think we probably want aqueduct tech. The other thing we would be headed toward for the moment is sailing. Specifically, the ability for land units to embark, and eventually the ability for land units to cross the ocean. That is a thing we need, but probably aqueducts are more important right now. We're going to hit our housing limit here very fast. The next thing we buy might be a builder. Okay, so we have civil service. This is 2 housing for the capital. Alright, we're going to get that granary soon anyway. Alright, let's see here. If we were going to change up our government, well, you know what? We don't need colonization, so we definitely do want to change up our government. The bonus point of production in all cities, I think, is actually still pretty good. Civil prestige is fine. We certainly don't need retainers. We're fine on amenities. We could put in Ilkum and go for bonus production toward builders. We're about to start researching the civic that has the social policy that gives builders extra charges on it, though. So maybe I want to wait on the building. On building those builders. We could grab natural philosophy and just get a bunch of extra science for a little while. We're also talking about building walls in our capital. This will make that a faster project. Yeah, you know what? I think I want to do that. Let's accelerate the wall building in the capital so they can get back to doing important things. We're going to have the ability to swap our civics again pretty soon, right? 6 turns to get feudalism. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Jadwiga has built the Meenakshi Temple. I know we looked at that in the last game. I don't remember what it does. Okay, it's a religious thing. I don't care about that. You can see here, Catholicism spreading into Poland. My guess is that we're not going to see a real chance at a religious victory here. There's going to be too much infighting. I think they're all going to keep each other down, so we can probably afford to ignore that. We can also probably afford to set up some alliances here. So we definitely want a cultural alliance, right? Let's have a quick look at the bonuses for the alliance types, just to make sure we get the right alliance with the right person. So, allies do not exert loyalty pressure on each other. I don't think that's going to have any effect at all, where our empires are not really built into each other in a way where loyalty pressure is going to be meaningful. Trade routes grant additional culture. While you have trade routes with your ally, you get additional great person points in the origin cities based off the districts in those cities. That's a big important bonus. We want that. And then eventually you gain a portion of your allies' tourism and culture. Okay, that's fine. What do we want? We'll probably do this with Jadwiga just because we want to get a cultural alliance leveled up to level 2 as quickly as possible. And we can start this one right now. Eventually, well, okay, let's do that. Let's commit that. Okay, just do it straight up. Alright, so we now have open borders with her and a defensive pact. Anybody who declares war on us is also declaring war on Poland. And then to Meier, maybe like a research alliance? We don't even have the button. Is there a cooldown? Am I not allowed to get multiple alliances per turn? To enter into an alliance, you must be declared friends, and both civilizations must have researched civil service. I wonder if that's what it is. She might not have civil service. Okay, well, we'll check back with her every couple of turns. She'll get it eventually. If that is indeed what it is. It didn't look like there was any other thing that could disqualify us from having an alliance with her, so I suspect that's what it is. What does it cost to purchase a builder? 260. Okay, so if we try to have 260 ready to go on the turn we finish feudalism, I think that's probably a pretty good idea. That means that we can... Oh, first I gotta take this promotion. That means that we can... Yeah, we can totally afford to upgrade these guys now, just to present a stronger front to the world, and we'll still have the money to buy the builder the turn feudalism finishes. Okay. You would like a joint war on Dino. Well, I'm certainly not willing to give you this. You would like me to pay for a joint war on Dido that you won't participate in because you're not near her. You want me to go to war with Dido and I should pay you for the privilege. No, absolutely not. Alright, let's check in with Tamiris real quick. Alright, no sale. Yeah, I know. We need housing. I'm working on it. Okay, so let's upgrade you. And then I guess you're promotion level 2, so you get a name. The Lion Strikers. That's... Please don't shoot a bow and arrow at a lion. That seems like a bad idea for a bunch of reasons. The Dragon Gunners. The Invincible Gunners. You guys really like that gunner thing. The Light Death. You know, what they're going to give you, it's just a little bit of death. We may have committed some light murder. Alright, let's get Stockholm building walls. I think this is definitely the thing we want to put in next. Let's just throw it in the queue. Yeah, only 3 turns. I'm going to feel so much better. So, like, these are the 2 players that I'm concerned about declaring war on me. I'm going to feel a lot better when Stockholm has proper walls. And with our housing cap jumping up, we're going to see that growth rate. Oh, yeah, that got a lot better. Alright, hold on. I don't know what I want to do about the scientist yet, but I do know that with 2 envoys, we want to take suzerainship of Kumasi. Not because Kumasi's suzerain bonus is particularly useful to us, but because we want this type bonus, and also you get favor for being suzerain of a city-state. We're also going to get some extra vision over here, which will probably be nice. Oh, it has discovered the Great Barrier Reef for us. Apparently they have that. And we have become the first suzerain of Kumasi, so era score. Oh, we discovered some more city-states. Interesting. Wait, where was the Great Barrier Reef? Oh, it's over here south of Akkad. Interesting. So, let's have a look at our new city-states. You give extra theater square adjacency bonus based on alliance level. That is actually useful for us this game. And they're a culture city-state. They would like us to train a knight. That could happen, I guess. And Akkad, first of all, you can see here, this is the number of envoys you have to be the suzerain. It's just 3 or 1 higher than the number of envoys other players have, whichever is higher. So this means that there are 5 envoys from at least one player. There are 5 envoys from 2 players here, because if it was just one, then that person would be the suzerain. The bonus is melee and anti-cavalry unit attacks do full damage to city walls. I don't think we actually saw this during our wars previously, but cities that have walls take way less damage from land melee units. Unless you are the suzerain of Akkad, apparently. Can we tell... Okay, they have relationships with everybody that we know. We're the last player on in our little massive civs to meet them. Oh no, okay, they have 5 envoys from Jadwiga and 5 from Philip. Well, alright, we're probably never going to be their suzerain. Red city-states give you bonus production on units in the capital and bonus production from the encampment buildings that give production. Not bad. Well, we have a lot of things to do with envoys now. And the reason I wanted to do that before talking about whether or not we're taking this first scientist is because city-states sometimes give you a quest to acquire great people, so we could have met a new city-state by doing that would have asked us to get a great scientist, then we could have gotten an immediate envoy with them. So this guy gives the Eureka for 1 technology from the medieval or Renaissance era, but also makes all of your land units heal faster for the rest of the game. I think that's actually pretty good. That's a reasonable reward here for our points. And also, this is extra favor. We could pass on this, let somebody else take it, and hope the next one is better. But we might honestly get the next one too. We have a lot of point income. Got ourselves a great scientist. Got a boost. We're just gonna pop you immediately. Our knowledge of Buttress has advanced considerably. Buttress is on the path toward the ability to navigate ocean tiles, so we certainly were going to get it. Or we certainly are going to get it. So the dam can be built on a floodplain to improve the comfort of living along the river, prevents damage from the flooding of this river, also provides 3 housing. Yeah, interesting. Why does it give an amenity from entertainment? People love to just go hang out at the dam. I guess dams are, the Hoover Dam, people go there to be entertained, presumably. I wouldn't, but I guess some people just really like dams. Okay, that's whatever, that's fine. Oh, are we going to do the thing here? Or are we going to finish the builder? The builder would finish right before feudalism does, so I think what I'm going to do is... Let's let the builder tick down to 1 turn left, and then switch over to building the theater square, and then switch back after we get serfdom in. So we'll have this builder finishing right after serfdom, and we'll purchase a builder right after serfdom, probably in Vasteras. That'll get us a bunch more tile improvements. That'll be very helpful. A lot of religious units just kind of running everywhere. She sent us a trade delegation bearing a decorated Goritos as a gift. You do have a bow, yes? Yeah. We have bows. We learned how to do that. Check again for the alliance. And we're just going to have to do this every turn until the option's available, which is a little annoying. Alright, I don't think we have anything important to do this turn. Nope. Hey, what does it cost to purchase... Okay. So if we wanted to buy a barracks, it's only 360 gold. It'll make the city produce... the units that are produced in the city will level up faster, and it'll give us production and housing. This might be a thing to spend gold on after the builder. I guess I don't want to get too ahead of myself. The waves of Catholicism wash over us. Oh, yes, we finished that building with the Great Work slot and got extra era score. I forgot that that was our dedication. So you, now that you have your walls and are well defended, maybe we just build a barracks? Maybe we could buy something else. We could buy a library or something. Libraries are the same price as a barracks. Yeah, same production cost. We could build an aqueduct. I guess I want the barracks first, because the barracks has housing on it while the library doesn't. And also, you get the production bonus first, then you use that to build other things. Yeah, alright. Build me a barracks. Here, we are closing in on our production cap, so we might want to build an aqueduct. The builder that we buy at Vasteras isn't going to have to stay there. It can run down, because we don't have 5 tiles that we want to improve up here. We'll improve a couple tiles and then run them down to Uppsala. So Uppsala doesn't need to be working on a builder right this second. It might be a library. Oh, it might be a water mill now that we finished the wheel. +1 food on the rice, plus a food and a production. Production's hard to come by in the early game. Yeah, I think we need that more than we need 2 more culture. Yeah, watermill's not bad here. Okay. You need to get started on that theater square. Alright, and now that we have engineering, machinery, so that we are better defended, is certainly interesting, but I wonder if we might be better off just going to stirrups? We're about to have feudalism, so it's going to get boosted. My thinking here is that the knight is very powerful. We don't have any iron right now, but other players probably have iron. We might be able to trade for some. I bet we could trade some favor or something. Building a knight will get us a free envoy with a cultural city-state, as well as dramatically increasing our combat strength. We also could just go to education. Universities have housing and give a lot of science, and actually, they give 2 great scientist points per turn, right? Because there's 1 normal and then 1 from... I didn't imagine that, right? We do have that as a trait. Yeah, +1 great scientist point from each university. Or we could get our ship stuff, build a scout, and have him go in. Yeah, we should probably do that. Here, let's get access to the harbor so we can get another trade route, so that we can maybe run a trade route to the Netherlands and get them to like us a little bit better. We have more gold than we probably need, actually. I could buy something else. I don't know. I don't know what we'll buy. Let's not be in a big hurry to spend it. Actually, I suppose a water mill here would be really cool. 320. I mean, we can't buy that and a builder next turn, so we'll buy that in a couple of turns. That'll be the thing we spend money on after the builder. We'll just let Stockholm build its library. Go ahead and check in here for that alliances button. Aha! Probably just a research alliance, right? And get free tech boosts. We could propose a military alliance, but the odds of this being meaningful... I guess anybody who declares war on us would be a player who is at war with me and my ally. This just give us +5 combat strength against anyone who dares. You know, honestly, that might be a thing we need. I'm a little worried. I feel better with the walls up around our capital, but I'm still a little concerned. So the Research Alliance eventually evolves to give free tech boosts and science whenever you're studying the same thing as your ally, whereas a Military Alliance will give us bonus production toward military units when either ally is at war, eventually units starting with an extra promotion. You know what? Maybe I do want a Military Alliance with her. A tech boost that you have no control over every 30 turns isn't that great of a benefit, and we're probably not actually going to run trade routes to her, at least not soon. Okay, I had to pay a little bit. That's fine. That's an acceptable price. Okay, so now we have 2 defensive packs. That should make people a little bit less likely to declare on us, and if they do declare, we're defended-ish. I don't know what everybody else's level of military tech is. It's possible that we are... Yep, she's mad. We wish your reign to be brief. Harsh. That's a big denouncement. You know what? Okay, finished this. Let's go ahead and get that slotted. We can pull... You put serfdom in place. Is that how we want to do that? Yes. And then I want to pull the archer from Yonkoping. I think we should be safe. I don't think Grenada's gonna, or I don't think Dido's gonna attack us. I want him down here, just in case. I might put him in the capital. There's already a road between the two, so we'll be able to move quickly from one to the other. Housing, yeah, well. Guess what? We're about to solve that problem. Let's finish off that builder. And get the theater square in the queue afterward. I gotta use the production queue. Now that they've actually put it in, I gotta remember that it's here. And then we're gonna buy a builder here. I did slot that card, right? Yes. Gonna buy ourselves a 5-charge builder here. And then next turn we're gonna be just a tiny bit short of buying our watermill, so that'll have to wait a turn. Yeah, 5 builds. Pretty good. Okay, so what's next? The two things we're really looking for now are humanism, which will give us access to the next theater square building and a place to keep our great art, and exploration, which will give us a government that has 2 yellow slots and 2 purple slots, which is to say a place to keep 4 yellow cards. I have very strong feelings about the yellow cards. It will also give us extra food from our pastures, which I think we maybe only have 1 or 2 of. Bonus growth for cities out on other continents, which we are hoping to get. I'm not sure. You know what? We don't have to make this decision right now. Medieval fairs is a prerequisite for both of them. Let's get medieval fairs, and we'll figure it out afterward. Oh, hey. Pikes and catapults. That archer is... Yep, that archer's still moving. That's good. I'm a little nervous. Pikes are much higher combat strength than anything we have access to. Let's see. So you want to... Let's build ourselves a quarry. And I guess I do want to improve the cocoa. That'll be the next thing. I should have done that first. You certainly want to build a farm up here. Hold on, we'll deal with the great person in a second. So we're already brushing the housing limit. Let's go ahead and build the aqueduct next. I think that's pretty important here. We have a governor title available. So we can pick up Researcher, which is a 10 extra science. Oh, man, that's good. Production increase to space program projects is not a thing we'll ever pick up. Curator is a thing that obviously we will get, but we're producing so little tourism right now that doubling it isn't actually very valuable. Like, we're nowhere near our tourism victory, and we're not really getting closer. Not yet. So, I might just want to grab Researcher here. This is a lot of extra science. That's almost certainly right. That's like a 50% increase to our science output. And then we have a great person available. Yes, of course I will take a great writer. Alright, so we'll fill up that amphitheater very quickly. How long until the next one? 120, so about 10 turns. Yeah, we'll have our next great writer before we have a place to put their great works. That is how I figured it would be. So, I'm nervous about this. We were denounced, and then she immediately moved military units toward us, and they're not bad military units either. One thing I'm concerned about is that knights are probably a pretty bad counter to those pikes. You know, pikemen are pretty good against knights. Maybe we need to change some stuff up here. Maybe we need to... I don't think I want to go pick up our own pikemen, but you can see here, this melee strength of 41 is considerably better than anything we can run. If we went and got swordsmen... I'm gonna go back and grab ironworking real fast. Ironworking is a prerequisite for machinery anyway. Let's just make sure that we're in an okay spot here. We don't have any iron, but we can, like I said, we can maybe trade for some iron. I just want to be ready. Oh, I think one of our trade routes just finished. So we could now send a trade route to her. But I think probably the damage is done. Like, she already denounced us. I really don't want to fight her. She has multiple pikemen. Alright, hold on a second. Let's do the things that we... Let's do the easy stuff first. Do we have anything else that needs to be done this turn? That needs to be done. Oh, we gotta buy this building before I forget. Yeah, we have two rice things here. That's just a very good building in that location. And that farm pushed our housing up again, so we're not at our housing limit anymore for a second. We'll come down here and we'll build a plantation and like another farm somewhere or something. We'll get that sorted. Ooh, that's an aggressive move from Poland. I'm not sure that I would have built a city there. She really wants that cotton. Yeah, that city might be hard to hold on to. Okay, so now we got to make a decision with this trader. Do we want to run a trade route to the worst city in the world for trading? God, look at how bad the yield of this city is. We'd be losing 3 food and 2 industry in Jönköping. That's so bad. In exchange for 3 gold and a faith. Man, I really don't want to be at war. Just trying to figure out, like, if she goes to war with us, do we survive? Because if we survive the war without having to devote a bunch of extra units to it, then probably it's okay to just run the trade route to Stockholm. I'm going to keep running it to Stockholm. My suspicion is that we could not get her to not be at war with us. She's already denounced us, like she made up her mind. And that trade route is so bad. Like, it's such a loss of resources. Alright, so in Uppsala, we may want to build ourselves a military unit. Hey, we hit 10 population. Cool. Yeah, Pingala is super powerful. What a good governor. We don't want to build a mine here, because obviously that's where our campus is going to go, but we might do like plantation. And that's another point of housing for us. You can just hang out in the capital for the moment until we know what we want. And you... We could build a heavy chariot, which is a higher military or higher combat strength than a warrior, quite a bit, in fact. But obviously, the concern there is that it is a cavalry unit, and as such, gets murdered pretty bad by pikes. So, pikemen are of the anti-cavalry class. I guess I should state that in case people don't know. They get a bunch of bonus damage against units that are from the light cavalry or heavy cavalry classes. We'd be best off just producing another archer, I suppose, if we're going to make another military unit. And actually, that's our 3rd archer, so it will boost machinery when it finishes. And here in the capital, we're going to finish ironworking and a barracks at the same time. And then we are going to see about trading for some iron. She would like our coffee. Oh, our trade route, our trade for our bonus coffee has ended. 1 gold, that's a pretty bad deal, honestly. What about like this? No? She's really not willing to give us very much for it. Okay, I refuse. I'll go hunt down a trade deal myself. Oh, there's a declaration. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I'm pretty sure this was happening, regardless of what we did with the trade route. Surprise war. How dare you? Okay, the good news is we've been preparing for war. The bad news is we could have prepared more. Alright, so Poland and Scythia both just declared war on them. But unfortunately, Poland and Scythia are both kind of in bad places to contribute here. Let's step forward, let's just shoot. Alright, they got a catapult coming in. Catapults do crazy damage to city walls. It's very important for us that this catapult does not get to attack. It looks like we should be able to finish it off. It won't be able to attack the turn it comes up on shore. We'll be able to finish it off before it fires on us, I think. You are just building plantations. You are also building plantations. Oh, that's right. Plantations are now plus food. Thanks to all of our technological advancements and whatnot. Alright, and here in the capital, let's see if anybody will trade me some iron. Hey, allies, do you have any iron that I could use in our very important mutual war? You have horses. I don't really want horses. Tamiris, you love fighting people. Got any iron? You have 1 iron. That is not helpful to me. That is a not helpful amount of iron. Dido, buddy, old pal, you got no... Never mind. Philip, I have all this coffee. And he doesn't have coffee. And he does have iron. Okay, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen, my friend. So here I have some coffee. I have some cocoa. Really? You don't have either of those things. You're not... Also 33 gold for 30 turns. What? Philip, you're breaking my heart here. How about no on that one? But like, what about some favor? What if you got to make the rules, huh? Think about that. The Polish wouldn't be able to laugh at you anymore. I'm trying to guess what he would be upset about. Boy. I really would love to make a swordsman. 9 gold per turn for 30 turns. Plus this stuff. A swordsman is really well suited to fighting pikes. Let's cut... My guess is that he gave us a deal that's a little bit better than the minimum he would accept. I'm going to try to find the minimum amount of favor I have to give him. Nope, he was pretty straight with us here. 79. No, it has to be 80. Philip, I hate your stupid face. You will pay for this. Alright, let's build that sword. Right, purchasing the swordsman is probably very expensive. Actually, it's only 360. So we could do something else and just buy the swordsman in a couple of turns. Buy the swordsman in 3 turns instead of building him. And spend the interim time building, like, another archer. Or starting on our industrial... Okay, that's the right play. We had 10 population. We can start on our industrial zone. So, where do we want to put it? Well... where do I want to put it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I put it in either of these tiles or this tile, I'll be able to spread the benefits of the factory to that city. How about Uppsala? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I put it right here, I can give the factory production to both of those cities. That's not terrible. Are any of the tiles around it hills? No, they're not. So the industrial zones get bonus production from adjacent mines. It's just what I was thinking there. If we put it here, if we put it here to take advantage of this mine and this hill where we could eventually build another mine, it won't quite be able to spread its production to Uppsala. And I think that's a thing I care about quite a bit. It can't be any further south than this line. We could replace the bananas. If we replace the bananas... is this a hill? No. If we replace the bananas, we get +1 production from having 2 adjacent districts, and also we're providing a little bit more adjacency bonus to each of those districts. That banana tile is very good. It's very important to us. I don't think I want to replace it. I think I'm just going to do it here. The district itself is not going to have an adjacency bonus. That's fine. And in a couple of turns, we will purchase the swordsman. All we have to do is survive for 10 turns, and then we can start talking about peace negotiations. Rapa Nui has made peace with Christina. Has it? The city of Rapa Nui here. Okay, it used to be... This is somebody else's thing. Wilhelmina was the suzerain of it, So when she declared war on me, it declared war on me, and also it declared war on Tomyris and Poland. And then Tomyris, it revealed itself to all of us, and then Tomyris dumped a bunch of envoys into it to steal it from Wilhelmina. I think is what happened here. Okay, so what's its deal? Your builders can make moai, which provide culture and tourism. Interesting. Unfortunately, becoming the suzerain of this city-state would require an awful lot of envoys at this point. Okay. And they would like us to recruit a great engineer. You know what? I think I may just do that. And then the question is, do we now go for machinery? Probably we do. Probably this is the safest play. Well, they certainly have some military units. Fortunately, they have kind of screwed up here. They've given away their catapult for free, which is very helpful to us. You should probably fall back into the city. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, these walls have been very helpful to us. This district is going to... It looks like this guy's going to try to go around the lake. He's going to get bombarded quite a bit. They only have one space they can stand in where they can fight us, where the encampment can't be shooting at them, so we're getting to shoot them twice. Yeah, we're going to be fine. This is not a big deal. I probably want to also plantation the bananas up here. And then from there, we can run down and spend our last couple of charges in Uppsala. Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. Somebody built the Colosseum. Not really a thing that I am worried about at the moment. Ah, we're being pillaged. They pillaged my trader. That's very annoying. That's an extremely annoying thing for them to have done. So let's change up our policies again. But we lost a policy, became obsolete. Yeah, the Medina quarter has replaced our old housing policy. Well, I'm going to pull serfdom for the moment. I don't think we're going to get another builder in the next like 10 turns or so. We can just put it back when it's time to get more builders. So we could put in bastions to increase the damage that our city defenses do with the plus range strength. I don't know if that's necessary though. Plus theater square adjacency bonuses and plus campus adjacency bonuses are both interesting. The Medina quarter is only going to be active in the capital. Right, because in the capital we have an encampment and a theater square and a campus. Plus 2 housing in the capital is not meaningless. We might actually want to swap charismatic leader for diplomatic league right now, because we have a number of city-states that we do not yet have envoys with. We could get that first envoy with them and double it. We're producing 5 influence points per turn, and 2 of those are coming from charismatic leader. Don't think we want to go merchant confederation. We really want to increase our number of envoys still. I guess we can wait on Diplomatic League. Just put this in when we're closer to actually getting an envoy. So that stays Charismatic Leader for now. We could run Feudal Contract. This will make that Archer come out a little bit faster, but I don't know that it's worth the slot, honestly. I think we probably just want to put a yellow card in this purple slot. So let's do, like, Medina Quarter to keep the capital growing. That's pretty important. And then also... Well, actually, Medina Quarter is just worse than Civil Prestige, right? Because this also only affects the capital right now, but it gives that same amount of housing and also an amenity. And then... I might want to put on Natural Philosophy for the moment while we're trying to develop our... No, I think I like Aesthetics better. Even though we're trying to develop more military strength right now, we still, like, we just have a couple of civics that we want to get to that are absolutely crucial. Okay, you go ahead and build that plantation. You guys just shoot the hell out of these dudes. They've run some archers over here. That seems like a foolish position for them. Yeah, we're crushing them. This is in their defense, this is a tough position to assault. They would be much better off coming up by land toward Uppsala, focusing their forces here. She decided she wanted to go for the capital first. You know, she might not have seen our capital in a while. She had scouts over here at some point. Maybe she didn't realize that we had walls. Because we probably did not have walls last time she saw it, right? So now the question. Exploration for the extra card slot and the extra favor and envoy points. And, I mean, plus 10 gold in all cities that have governors. That's not nothing. Or do we just go for the museums right away? We probably I care about the museums more. We're going to have to pick up guilds on the way over here. Which is, yeah, guilds is totally fine. Yeah, okay. And we got a governor title. So do we want to continue upgrading our current governors? We still don't need curator yet. Surplus logistics is a little... Like, we want trade routes running to the capital, mostly. So... Trade routes ending here provide +2 food. This is like this is not ideal. We could just give him this for the plus 20% growth. He is in a city that needs to grow right now. An industrialist seems good. But what if we grab somebody new? We don't need Moksha. We probably don't need Victor. No, I think we're going to be okay. We probably don't... Well, what if we did pick up Amani and had her try to get Rapa Nui for us? Because she could eventually double the number of envoys you have there, and I assume she doubles her own envoy points. Because Rapa Nui gives us access to a tile improvement that creates tourism. You don't get a lot of those. Maybe we do want to start working on her. The other ones we could go for, like Reina, will let us double the adjacency bonus in our harbor, and eventually produce just a huge amount of gold. Doubling the adjacency bonus of the harbor, remember, provides both gold and industry via the shipyard that we would eventually get. We could also pick up Liang, who has extra build charges, production toward districts, fisheries. You know what? Honestly, I guess a city's improvements, buildings, and districts not being able to be damaged by environmental effects is interesting, considering the fact that we built one of our cities next to a mega volcano. Although, in our defense, we're 100 turns into the game, and that mega volcano has not erupted. It has just provided us with huge benefits. Yeah, I don't think she's right. I think it's either we pick up Reina or we pick up Amani here. I don't use Amani very much, but I'm tempted to. I think let's take her. And we'll appoint her in Rapa Nui. So when she is set up, she'll provide us with this bonus. We'll drop another envoy in to get that bonus. And then at some point, we'll pick up enough governor titles that suddenly she'll double our stuff, and we'll be able to build Moai. And even if we lose control of the city-state, we will keep all of the Moai that we've built. +1 culture. +1 culture for every 2 adjacent Moai. +1 culture if adjacent to a coast or lake. Additional culture and tourism as you advance through the trees. Can be built on normal stuff. Cannot be placed adjacent to woods or rainforest. Interesting. It's a weird thing, but okay. Yeah, alright. I think we're going to survive this war just fine. So hey, we have a bunch of money. We're going to be able to buy that swordsman, and then we still have like a lot of money coming in. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to spend it all on. I don't know what comes next for us economically. No. I am not interested in giving you my great works anymore. Alright, so we got our machinery boost. We get a great person. Oh, a new governor. Hey, not a bad time for that. So he gives plus combat strength to medieval and Renaissance era land units. Medieval and Renaissance means crossbows. Crossbows and some later stuff that we can earn. Interesting. Maybe I don't want to immediately pop his ability. The thing is, popping his ability is going to make it possible for these guys to get to level 4 a lot faster. And having a level 4 ranged unit is such a big deal. Now let's have the city bombard this guy. Oh, I was really hoping that was going to be a kill there. Alright, well, you level up. You can move to here. Do I want to just pop you for your extra promotion level? How close are you to a natural promotion? Pretty far. What I kind of want to do with this is have him hang out until this guy hits promotion 3, and then pop him to jump them up to level 4 immediately. I think that's the plan. So great people can always be teleported from any city to any city. And at this point, I don't think we need to build any more military units. I think we might be okay. So we have room for another district. We probably ought to rebuild our trader. Yeah. And then in Uppsala, because we have a campus and a theater square here already, I don't know that I want to build an industrial zone. We might just build a commercial district, a commercial hub, to get the extra trade route, because you know how I feel about trade routes. Okay, extra gold on all these tiles that were totally going to be working anyway. Sounds pretty good. I think you're going to move toward this coffee. We're going to buy our swordsman. Unfortunately, because there's a unit in the city, he's going to appear in the encampment. It's a little out of the way. Oh, actually, is he a Renaissance? He is not a medieval era. He's a classical era unit, so he is not boosted by our great general. So they have 4 melee units moving in, but they've lost all of their ranged. Yeah, they're in pretty dire straits here as far as getting anything accomplished. Without the archer and without the catapult, this is gonna be tough for them. Unfortunately, they are totally going to pillage my other trader. Let's see if we can kill that guy. Please die. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do any more damage to him. The wooded tiles will block our vision, so we won't be able to shoot at him with either of these units. That sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Okay, well, how do we want to do this? I think I want to run this guy. Yeah, I think I want to stay close to the city. I don't want to loop around the lake. I want to fight on this side. What we really want is for the swordsman to be like here, so that he can respond to units coming up. We'll just have to move him there slowly over the next couple of turns. What is the deal with tile acquisition? We're going to grab that tile over there, which is not any good. And it would cost us 140 gold to buy this tile, so it's going to be 2 turns. You have 3 builds left. I think it is right to just sit here and wait, though. You are also pretty much just sitting and waiting. Okay, you have 2 builds left. We could grab the fishing boats. Let's see, we have 3 population here right now. We're working 3 good tiles. We have a 4th good tile already available. So we don't really need another... Oh, you know what? I should build improvements that have housing on them. Well, I guess we're going to have our aqueduct pretty soon. Mines don't have housing, is that right? Am I remembering correctly? Mines and quarries do not have housing. We could just build a mine here and turn this into a 2-3 tile. That's not bad. Do the fishing boats have housing? They have a half a point. This doesn't show fractional housing. Are we at 3 or are we at 3.5? Oh, this tile's not improved. Okay, so if I build a plantation and the fishing boats, we'll have enough housing to keep away from our housing limit until the aqueduct finishes. That's probably pretty good to do. They have not... Oh, there it is. I was going to say they have not yet pillaged the thing. Maybe they won't, but no, they did. Well, now we're going to have to rebuild all of our trade routes. How extremely annoying. The swordsman has stepped into the murder zone. So let us murder him. Should probably get rid of that guy. Unfortunately, there's a pretty good odds he's just going to pillage that farm now. Well, you know, we'll repair it when we have the time. We have builders out. We can just send somebody to do it. So I'm going to back you up, and then fire and fire. 7 XP. You get a little bit more XP for a kill than you do for just a normal attack. This guy's getting pretty close to the magic level, though. Okay, and all of these Netherlands things in the water are non-military. Units that will not be killing my trader. You know, I don't know. I guess this is a district, right? It probably is going to culture bomb those tiles. So we have machinery now. We could do upgrades to crossbowmen if we wanted to, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable. Printing will provide 1 level of diplomatic visibility on civilizations and double the tourism from our great works of writing. Do we want to go for that, or do I want to get universities first? We could boost this with the universities we get from education. But do I want to finish? I want to finish picking up harbor. That's what I want to do. That's right. We were totally going somewhere already. Let's finish getting there. Alright, so how many turns are left in this war before we can try to negotiate for peace? 4? Alright, well I'm not gonna play 4 more turns in this video. We're definitely over the hour already. That swordsman of theirs just committed suicide by running into me rather than heal himself. That seems like a dubious play. I think it should be pretty safe to just move here. I don't think that guy's gonna be able to kill me. You know, let's take the safer route. And you guys can absolutely just finish him off. There's my promotion. So next turn we'll pop you. Let's do that. We'll end the episode with that. I'm gonna buy this tile. Hey, that's a pretty good tile right there. Alright, we're a little pressed on housing in some places, but we're getting it fixed. Yeah, let's do this one final turn. I do not want to declare war on Dido. Why does everybody want me to fight Dido? I do need to trade off my additional coffee, though. I should have done that before ending the turn. We'll make a deal. Alright, so we have access to some changes we can make here. We have a governor title. Should be able to shred this guy pretty easily. He's got a lot of people shooting at him. We're actually not quite going to kill him. But we're definitely going to just take promotion here. We don't have a lot of zone of control in our army right now. There's not a lot of units with zones of control. But I think I'm going to take emplacement anyway. And then do that. Throw another promotion on this dude. So now he is terrifying. Just in time for the war to be over and for us not to need him anymore. I'm going to rebase this to here. I think that's one of our cities where we need the trade route the most. She has some naval units like locked in this little lake, but they're not going to be doing a tremendous amount of damage. It is worth noting the quadrireme is a ranged unit. I believe it only has 1 range, though. So it could attack units that are on coastal tiles. We'll have to be a little wary of that. The swordsman probably just heals here. I don't think he needs to do anything else. Another point of housing for that city. Turns out we did actually need 5 builder charges up there. You... Oh, so since we have construction, we now have the ability to build lumber mills, which will provide additional industry in forest tiles without chopping down the forest. I really want to come down here and build this farm. I don't think that the pikeman will be able to move to this space. Even if he did, we would just kill him and take the guy back. Alright, here we want to build another trader. Let's get our trade routes fixed. I suppose we could just start building the commercial district here and build the trader in Vastras instead, starting next turn. But you know what? In Vasteros, we probably want to start building the government plaza building. I just wanted to get that aqueduct up. And this probably makes the most sense. We have another governor promotion, which I think we want to use on you. While established in a city-state, I get its luxuries. Other cities within 9 tiles not owned by you lose 2 loyalty per turn is such a small penalty to loyalty that I can't imagine it. I have a hard time imagining this being useful. Foreign investor, on the other hand, is totally going to be useful. We definitely want to go through affluence. I honestly don't know that I've ever used Amani before. I do not usually feel like I have a good use for her, so this is cool. It's neat to have that. Oh, you know what I wasn't even thinking about? This position is pretty good for our industrial zone, because it's going to culture bomb and grab us this coffee that's kind of far away from everything otherwise. We'll have another coffee to trade off. There's some tornadoes out here. Look at this. We know who Mother Earth has sided with. Alright, let's trade off our coffee before I forget, and then we'll trade off our third coffee. Sorry, I already traded coffee to you. You don't need it. Because it seems like very few of the other players have coffee access. And in fact, we have another cocoa as well. What could we get from you? How about 8? 7 gold per turn? 6? Okay, what would you... You would recommend 5 gold per turn and also 3 gold. That's fine. I'll do that. Actually, do you just also want my coffee? Hold on. Why am I thinking I got to do these as 2 separate deals? How about 10 gold per turn for this? How about 11 gold per turn? Okay. Hey, that's a pretty... We've got a pretty profitable relationship going with Tamiris here. I think this is working out really well for both of us. Oh, wow. Grenada is having loyalty issues. We're producing a lot of Swedish loyalty pressure on it, and it's also getting loyalty pressure from Pokrovka and possibly another city down here. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure Grenada is a city-state. So if it flips away from her, I'm not sure if it will become the city-state again, or I don't know how loyalty pressure works. If it's possible to restore a city-state to its former self-ownership with loyalty pressure. Because you can do that with, like, if you just conquer a city that used to be a city-state, you have the option of resurrecting it. I wonder how that'll work. That'll be interesting. So we have celestial navigation. We should probably get ourselves to cartography. I mean, we should at the very least get ourselves to shipbuilding. I know that I want to be able to embark land units that are not builders and send them across the sea in the hopes of finding out cool stuff. My guess is that there's a lot of shallow water between here and Rapa Nui, because I can't imagine that the Netherlands got across the ocean super early. I guess they could have by now. I don't know. We'll get to shipbuilding. We'll build a scout. We'll send the scout out. We'll see if we need ocean navigation. And with that, I think we are good for right now. I guess we have the ability to change out our policies. Do I want to do that? Is there a policy change that I want? Stockholm's going to... If we drop the housing bonus for Pingala, Stockholm will lose growth, right? It'll have an 11-point housing cap, so we'll suffer a growth penalty now and a serious growth penalty in 1 turn. I want to keep it growing. So I think we do want to keep that bonus in place. So then the question is just like aesthetics and urban planning versus anything else we might build. We probably don't want any of the red policies. We could grab even more great scientist points in that slot, but I think I like aesthetics better there. What are we actually getting from aesthetics? 2, 4. That's it. Aesthetics is 4 culture right now. If we were to replace it with Craftsman doesn't do anything. Town Charters would give us 2 gold. We're not making builders right now. Medina Quarter is strictly worse than Civil Prestige. No, I think we're in the right place here. I think these are the right policies. And I think with that, we are going to end the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we continue to grow our powerful little empire, continue to embarrass the Netherlands in combat, and hopefully discover a bunch of new landmasses to build cities on. And we'll see you then.